Well, before you start asking questions, I just want to say, you know, they really stepped on it in the fourth quarter. We seem to not be able to stop the momentum of their game. Their bench outplayed us in that sequence, and you know, even with all that, you know, at the end of the game, we had our shot at it and couldn't, you know, contain what we had to do.
Gary George, Inland Valley News. Coach, could you talk about the defensive strategy against Glenn Davis? It seemed like he was having his way, and then when Nate Robinson got in there, he seemed to also have his way. What was the strategy in stopping those guys?
No, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. On the right side?
Well, Tony Allen really wasn't a big factor in 2008 for this team, and in the second half, he was kind of put on Kobe and seemed to have more success than Ray Allen. Can you just talk about how effective he is against guarding Kobe?
Yeah, I think he steps on his right hand really well, you know, makes him go left, and keeps on the floor instead of, you know, getting up in the pump fakes. He does a good job at that. I thought the fact that we didn't get good bench production, we had to play our starters, you know, really tired our players towards that end of that game, and you know, we're playing some pretty tired players out there.
Back right.
Coach, you talk about Kobe scored a lot of points, but how do you feel about the rest of production from your offense?
Well, you know, until we got a little bit desperate there, I thought Lamar was going to, you know, kind of sit this one out. He wasn't really, you know, having success, and I thought, you know, the scoring that Davis did at the other end of the floor, you know, affected his game, affected Lamar's game. Then he got going a little bit. He got productive in the fourth quarter. Bow did a good job during the course of the game. You know, he got, you know, a pretty good game, and you know, obviously Fish was taken out of the game by a foul situation, so you know, we missed his game a little bit tonight.
Not being able to depend on him.
Well, it bothered us second half not having Andrew be able to come out and play to start the game, the second quarter, second half. You know, he tried a couple minutes, but it just wasn't there for him, and you know, we're glad we have a couple days off and we can, you know, kind of get him back, hopefully, in a position where he can help us out again.
Right on this side.